Hi guys, I'm Dan, or you may know me as disfunctioningdan. My channel, pages, etc. I was going to do just a post like I normally do on Instagram and Facebook about this, but I thought I'd actually start doing more videos on Facebook, sorry, on YouTube and stuff, since I've got a YouTube channel and I keep advertising it. Just going back to when I was a kid, an incident that happened not long after I moved back, moved to Brentwood, little town in Essex, UK. You might know it from programs like Towie, or the only way it's Essex these days, but it wasn't that well known at the time. But yeah, my parents had decided to make the move from Surrey to Essex because of my dad's work, and yeah, so when we moved, I was only like two, a few months before I turned 3, and I went missing. Wandered off somewhere, and needless to say, my parents were quite frantic, as they would, as you'd expect them to be, having lost a 2 or 3 year old, especially one that's grown up at least to that point with special needs, which were, didn't know the full extent really at that point, but that's for another video. So I'd wandered off, got myself lost, and I was rescued by this lady and returned to my parents, thankfully. So I actually don't remember any of this. Most people don't remember stuff from when they were like born to sort of 2, 3, 4 years old, I guess. Not unique in that respect, but yeah. So this lady returned me to my parents. In fact, obviously, and then, like I say, it wasn't until about 15, 16 years later that I even knew that it even happened. I was still living with my parents in the same house. And I'd gone around to my local newsagents. I can't remember what I was buying, because this is not nearly 30 years ago now. But I got served by this lady called Mary, lovely lady, and at the time I didn't know her. I had no idea who she was. So she started serving me, and she must have recognised me somehow. And yeah, so she said, "Are you Danny?" Now, Danny's a name as an adult. I'm not overly keen on being called that, although it was quite common for me to be called Danny when I was growing up. And rather confused at the time. I was like, well, yeah, I am. So she's obviously told me a story about me having got lost, and the fact it was her that found me and returned me to my mum and dad. I don't know if this is an autistic thing or some sort of neurodivergent thing or a special needs thing or what. But yeah, like I say, I got lost, and once I'd had this conversation with Mary in the shop, because she was working there at the time, she lived on the road that I would have walked up to get to the newsagents from my parents' house. So anyway, I got home. My mum was at home, and I said to my mum, I said, look, I've just been talking to this lady called Mary in the shop, and she was like, yeah, and she reckons that I got myself lost when I was like 2 or 3. She found me, returned me to you, and then obviously, I'm a bit confused. I don't remember that. I don't remember anything about it. So, so my mum confirmed that it had happened, and it was this lady called Mary that found me and got me back to her and my dad. And then obviously all the time the news agent was owned by a company called Martin's. She worked there. At the time I didn't even twig the fact I was possibly autistic or anything like that. I knew obviously I'd grown up different. But yeah, it's just thought I'd just share this little story about something that happened.